The truth is that everyone has the potential to become wealthy. Nevertheless, some people have behaviors that limit their ability to accumulate wealth. Fortunately, if you can identify and fix these harmful behaviors, you can change your ways and build actual wealth. Hello, everyone, and welcome to a brand new video on the channel. Today, we're going to talk about the 10 money habits that keep you poor. Before we get started with the video, don't forget to smash the like button, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. Now let's get started. Number 10. Impulse buying. Those who are continually in financial difficulty are more likely to buy something whether it is on sale or not, even if the purchase was not planned. In fact, impulse purchases might result in a variety of problems. First, many people will rationalize their unplanned purchases by claiming that they earned the new gadget or that the item is a need rather than a want. Second, putting these impulse purchases on a credit card may result in the person paying for the item without having the means to repay the expense. Finally, these haphazard purchases make sticking to your spending plan much more difficult. To exacerbate matters, many people will continue to spend after understanding their budget has been blown, despite the fact that they have failed to stick to it. Don't get me wrong, an occasional impulse purchase will not destroy your chances of ever getting wealthy. But as you can see, problems begin to multiply when you spend outside of your financial plan. As a best practice, repeat the following affirmation to yourself every day. I only buy what I need. You'll be a much more conscious spender before you realize it, and this restraint from making spontaneous purchases will have your bank balance expanding in no time. Number 9. Using credit cards for the points. Not all credit cards with perks are bad. In fact, when used wisely, they have a place in your wallet. However, credit card corporations provide those benefits for a reason, and it is most emphatically not out of altruism. Simply put, rewards encourage you to spend more. While you might get some cash back on your purchase, many credit cards have tight restrictions, from annual restrictions to greater cash back rates for specific expenditures, such as gas and groceries. You may not be getting as much as you think. Going deeper into debt for the sake of a single credit card point is simply not worth it. Number 8. Keeping up with the Joneses. Real estate brokers frequently argue that being the worst property on the finest street is preferable to being the best house on the worst street. When your neighbors appear to have it all, the desire to have the finest house on the best block can eclipse your financial acumen. Keeping up with the Joneses, or competing against family members, neighbors, or friends, is a psychological trigger that can lead to overspending. While some people don't care about how they compare to others, it can be a genuine hardship for some families. When a friend buys a new car or home, goes on a costly vacation, or even wears expensive jewelry, it might provoke competitive behavior that leads to unwise spending decisions. It's vital to remember that success can be difficult to define from the outside. When you see a neighbor arrive in a flashy new vehicle, remind yourself of your priorities and aspirations. No one can see the balance of your retirement account, but you know you're striving to secure a pleasant future by contributing to it instead of buying that new watch. Number 7. Relying on retail therapy. While some people find stress relief via exercise or music, others get it through spending. Shopping, like exercise, sex, and even eating chocolate, can cause the release of endorphins in the brain. Unfortunately, just like those 3 things, spending money to feel good can become addictive. Shopping to improve your mood develops a link between happiness and purchasing material things, a bond that can be extremely difficult to sever. If you are unable to control your emotional spending, you may want professional assistance. Shopping addiction is real and tough to overcome, but with the assistance of a committed mental health professional, you may recognize your triggers and develop coping techniques to help keep you out of debt. Number 6. Expecting a miracle. People who are continually in debt frequently assume that it will take a financial miracle to get their finances back on track. However, winning the lottery, receiving a windfall from a wealthy relative, or having the world's best paying job fall into your lap would never get you out of debt. This type of thinking is hazardous because it removes you from a position of power. When you wait for someone else to come along and save you from your poor habits, you're giving up control of your finances and emotionally cutting yourself off from your debt. Of course, we all know that your credit, debt, and lifestyle are solely your responsibility, and that only you can solve the problem. In fact, one of the keys to financial well-being is a sense of control. You see, there are many things in life over which you have no influence. For example, you don't have much control over the economy or the job market, and it's easy to become frustrated when things don't go your way. Number 5. Succumbing to lifestyle inflation. You presumably expect to have a better financial situation as you get older than you did as a young adult. A better job, a raise, or even natural economic inflation can all have an impact on your earning potential. The difference between individuals who succeed in building money and those who struggle is how they manage the balance between their income and expenses. It's tempting to put these improvements in income towards a new house, a vacation, or even boosting your day-to-day. Spending, but doing so might leave you back where you started. For example, if Bill earns $60,000 and spends $45,000 per year while Jeff earns $150,000 and spends $175,000, who is genuinely in a better financial situation? Although Bill earns less, earnings aren't the main driver of wealth creation. What matters is how you manage your money. Unfortunately, lifestyle inflation is a normal element of earning more and advancing up the corporate ladder for most people. But it's only okay if you're spending within your means. Number 4. Avoiding your debt. When you have a seemingly enormous amount of debt, just the notion of paying it down might make you shudder, and for many, avoiding it is their approach to dealing with it. Those who disregard their debt may exhibit red flag behaviors such as avoiding phone calls from collectors and growing out bills before opening them. You don't have to like your debt, but you must recognize it. Make it a habit to open your mail when you are calm and ready. The more you understand about your debt, the better prepared you will be to deal with it. Work out payment options after you know how much you owe. If you owe a lot of money to numerous creditors, pay your utilities and fixed obligations first, then focus on the account with the smallest balance. This may feel more attainable, and paying it off may provide you with the drive to go on to the next balance. Number 3. Taking interest. Free loans. Stores that offer no interest loans, like credit cards that offer points and prizes, are simply pulling in potential borrowers and persuading them to spend more than they can. The unfortunate thing is that many people who take advantage of such deals do not pay off their loans before the interest free period expires, at which point they are frequently hit with fees and even retroactive interest from the so-called interest-free period. Always read the fine print and keep in mind that interest-free loans are anything but until you're positive you can pay them off before the grace period expires. Number 2, only paying the minimum. Paying the minimum each month does not imply you're getting out of debt. In fact, minimum payments are sometimes calculated to be roughly 4 to 6 of your balance, which could mean you're not only staying in debt, but also incurring more interest. When you check your credit card statement, remember that you owe the entire total, not just the minimum payment. Number 1, relying on only one source of income. For the majority of individuals, having a single source of income is a way of life, and this income is typically in the form of a wage. Unfortunately, jobs are not as secure as people believe. Indeed, over 1 million employees were laid off by US businesses in 2018, implying that if employment was the sole method by which you made money, your cash flow suddenly came to a standstill. When it comes to income sources, see yourself as a tree. Do trees bear fruit from a single branch? The short answer is no. They have several branches that produce flowers and fruits and produce flowers and fruits. That's a wrap on the video. I hope you liked it. If you did, let me know by giving it a thumbs up and do not forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you next time.